So, you want to start a profitable side hustle, but you think you need a ton of money to do it. Well, today we're going to tear that idea apart. We're diving into the playbook of Chris Kerner, a serial entrepreneur who's launched over 80 businesses. And his core belief? Get this. He says a staggering 90% of business ideas can get off the ground for less than $500. Let's find out how.
Kerner has this great way of putting it. He calls passive income the financial Olympic. And that's the perfect metaphor, right? It's not just about making money while you sleep. It's really about winning your freedom, about taking back control of your financial future. And here's the best part. He's convinced you don't need to be a world-class athlete to even compete.
Okay, so if it's really that cheap to get started, why isn't everyone a side hustle millionaire? I mean, we all have those what-if ideas, don't we? But for most of us, they just stay ideas. So it's worth taking a second to ask yourself, honestly, what's really holding you back?
And this is where Kerner's insight gets really interesting. He argues that all those excuses we tell ourselves, the ones that feel so real, they're usually just a smokescreen for the actual problems. The real roadblocks are the ones we can't see. Yeah, we tell ourselves, I don't have enough time, or I don't have the money. But Kerner insists the biggest hurdles are all internal. First, there's the fear of what other people will think. That old classmate from high school who might see your post and have something to say. And second, there's analysis paralysis. You get so overwhelmed by all the different tools and possibilities that you just freeze. You never connect the dots, so you never take action. This quote right here, this is the key to unlocking that first roadblock. To get over that fear of judgment, your reason why has to be bigger than your fear. The pain of your financial stress, your desire for freedom, that has to burn so much brighter than your fear of what some random person might say. Once you really, truly internalize that, everything changes. Okay, so you've started to tackle those internal roadblocks. Where do you start? Well, Kerner's first big strategy is a huge mindset shift. Forget about reinventing the wheel. He says the smartest thing you can do is just copy what's already working. Innovation is cool, but profit is way cooler.
This is literally how Kerner feels when he finds a competitor. Most people see a competitor and they get discouraged, right? They think, the market's too crowded. He gets excited. Why? Because someone else has already done all the hard work. They've taken the risks, they've spent the money, and they've proven there's a demand. You just get to learn from their entire journey for free. And look, this isn't just a vague idea. It's a repeatable playbook. It's basically a cheat code. You find a successful business in your space, you use free tools like the Web Archive to become a kind of digital archaeologist, digging into what their website looked like years ago. Then you use something like SimilarWeb to see how their traffic has grown. You're learning from all their expensive mistakes for free, so you get to start at their finish line.
Okay, so you've got an idea. Maybe you copied it, maybe it came to you in the shower. How do you know if it's a winner without betting the farm? Kerner has this brilliant, almost zero-cost way to get real market feedback and get it fast.
So, let's make this real. Let's say you have an idea for a creatine supplement, but it's made specifically for women and it actually tastes good. You're not sure if you should sell it as a gummy or as a traditional powder. How do you find out what people actually want to buy?
Here's the playbook. First, you hop on an AI image generator and create some mock-ups of your product. One for the gummies, one for the powder. Next, you post them as separate listings on, wait for it, Facebook Marketplace. I know, right? But it's all about getting feedback with the least amount of friction. Then you just sit back and track the metrics, views, clicks, and messages for each version. The data will tell you loud and clear which concept people are more excited about.
Now think about the power of that. In just a couple of hours, you can get real-world data that tells you exactly which direction to go. This isn't a guess. This is actual market feedback. It totally shatters the myth that you need weeks of research and thousands of dollars just to validate an idea. This is about building momentum, and nothing builds it faster than quick, tangible results.
All right, we've talked mindset, we've talked testing. Now for the really fun part, concrete, low-budget business ideas that Kerner believes you can start like right now.
First up, with just a $500 budget, you can start a service that brings simple AI solutions to local small businesses. There is a huge knowledge gap here. I mean, these business owners know they should be using AI, but most have no idea where to even begin, and they are more than happy to pay someone to figure it out for them. So here's the model. You use your budget to run simple Facebook ads targeting local businesses right in your area. You talk to them, you find their biggest pain point, and trust me, it's almost always sales. Then you use simple AI tools to build a solution, maybe an AI voice agent that can answer their phones after hours.
You can charge a one-time setup fee, anywhere from $500 to $5,000, and then you charge a nice little monthly retainer to keep it running.
Next up, for about $1,000, you can get into the wedding rental business. With more people getting married outdoors than ever before, the demand for specialty rental items like arches and photo walls is just booming. And the margins, they can be absolutely fantastic.
The real magic of this business is in the numbers. I mean, just look at this. You can build a beautiful wedding arch for maybe $300 in materials and then rent it out for $1,000 per wedding. A cool photo wall might cost you $200 to build, and you can rent it for $500. We're talking about making your entire initial investment back after just 1 or 2 bookings. It's wild.
And for our third blueprint, another one for a $1,000 budget, a local email newsletter. Now, this is a content business that can scale beautifully, all by focusing on one specific local community.
The playbook couldn't be simpler. You spend your $1,000 on local social media ads to get your first 1,000 subscribers. You write one personal, authentic email a week. No corporate jargon, just real talk. Then, how do you find sponsors? You just ask your readers. With 1,000 local subscribers, you can easily charge a local business around $500 for an ad spot. That means you make your entire investment back in just 2 ad sends.
So, we've covered the mindset, the testing methods, and some incredible business blueprints. But all of that is just theory without this final, crucial piece. If you remember only one thing from all of this, please make it this.
This is it. This is the whole game. The ultimate key is to build what he calls your bias for action muscle. The more you can shrink that gap in time between thinking of an idea and taking the smallest possible first step, the more you'll learn, the more you'll test, and the more momentum you'll build. That tiny little action becomes a self-perpetuating snowball of progress.
So I'll just leave you with this question. Forget about the grand 5-year business plan for a minute. Based on everything we just covered, what is one tiny, super low friction action you can take on one of your ideas right now, today?